Good morning, everyone. Vincent Briatore here. So today, I think that Ontology is going to steal the scene. Everybody's going to be talking about it, so I might as well jump on the bandwagon and talk a little bit more about this project. Now, I went by no means am going to take credit for discussing Ontology. This is the first time that I talk about Ontology. I wasn't very aware of the project. I'd heard it mentioned, but hadn't gave it a lot of thought, specifically because they're doing something that a lot of projects are doing, which is pretty much trying to bring the essence of a blockchain technology to real world use. So when you think about distributed ledger technology, a lot of us immediately have by intuition, we think this is going to change the world. But how is it actually going to change the world? How does it actually facilitate daily operations of businesses, and how is it going to make our life easier? Well, the big thing is distributed ledger technology kind of started back in the 90s with Napster. This was the beginning, a concept of the distributed ledger. Why it took us so long to figure out this technology, I don't know. I think the greatest utility you're going to find with blockchain technology is getting specific industries all on board to one specific blockchain. This is going to allow for, say, medical records to be accessed through this open ledger. You're going to be able to verify your identity. All of your background, all of your files, any type of documents can be kept on the blockchain so they can be accessed by whomever is connected to that specific blockchain. Kind of this open ledger. The encryption is great. You're not going to have any data breaches, because it takes out the third party out of the equation to where you own the information that belongs to you and any information or data that you create. So it can be used for copyrights, tons of things. Well, Ontology is really focusing on bringing this real world use to businesses. I think a few of their projects that I really like, for example, are the On2. On2 is a comprehensive decentralized client product that gives users self-sovereign, insomma. So that's going to be a word. I'm not going to even attempt to try to say it, but it gives users self-governance, probably, of the digital identities, digital assets, etc. ONTE is ONT Trust. Search engine provides portal authentication, connectivity services for individual assets, objects, and affairs. You have a lot of this. There's ONT ID, which is a complete distributed identity framework supporting identity verification and authorization for people, assets, objects, and affairs. One of the things they didn't do that I kind of like is they didn't do an ICO. So that's the first thing that I like about them. They didn't do an ICO. They immediately went to work on trying to integrate this with real-world businesses. Now, they're affiliated with NEO, as you know. This, to me, proves a lot, because with the NEO CEO and the success that NEO has had, being affiliated with them, with NEO, would have given them a home run if they did an ICO. The amount of interest that they would have sparked, they would have been able to raise hundreds of millions of dollars. No doubt. Because they're working so closely with NEO, but they chose not to. Money is not really the issue, so that's what they're not after. So this gives me even more confidence as far as an investment vehicle. Anyway, why are we talking about it today? We're talking about it today because it went up 44%. I didn't know it went up 44% when I decided to make this video. Actually, I woke up this morning, I was going to do the video because it has had the best performance over the past 7 days of any other crypto. This is the 7-day chart of Ontology. Okay, it was $1.40 around March 21st. Almost a straight shot up to March 27th, where it's sitting just below $2.30. This is hard to see in this current economic state in the crypto sphere. Okay, so you see something that's doubled in price over the past week. I don't know if you should jump in. But regardless, at least you can say you've heard about the technology. And I feel like when it comes to investing in a similar project, this might be the most promising because they didn't do an ICO. Like, the team is solid. Like I said, it's affiliated with NEO. So it is an Asian project. Every single individual, other than maybe one or two on the team, is Asian. Not that that's a bad thing. God forbid. Maybe it's a good thing. Initially, I was an early investor in ANT, which is NEO, before they rebranded. Of course, NEO has proven to be a very solid crypto. It's performed the second best ICO of 2017. The first being Stratus, I believe. So some regrets there. Maybe I should have stuck it out with Neo a little more. But I did well on other trades. So Ontology is poised to perform incredibly well. Currently, it's $86 million volume. It's crazy. It's a lot of volume, a lot of new money poured in within the past 24 hours. When you have a crypto that does well day after day after day, and you start getting around the week mark, like 7-day mark, people are going to start putting money in it because it's creating a pattern. People love patterns and they want to see patterns even when there's no patterns. But, price shoots up 40% in one day. People are going to sell off. They're going to expect it to dive back down the next. But if the second day it keeps on performing well, and the third day, and the fourth day, by the fifth, sixth, and seventh day, people are starting to tell themselves and convince themselves that this is never going to break. And that's when you see even more money pour in. So do I believe that we're going to have a pullback with Ontology? I believe that there is a very, very good chance that we will have a pullback with Ontology, but it may be a buying opportunity because this upward trend may continue. So wait for the dip, buy red, and then ride it to the green. They're very focused on implementing it with businesses and not very focused on the crypto, what their current cryptocurrency is doing. They're focused on actual integration, which is good because I think sometimes blockchain technology can be overhyped. Because the point of, if we can't get everyone in a certain industry to utilize the same blockchain, then what's the point? That's the big flaw, I think, with blockchain technology. Like everybody has to agree to use a certain blockchain. If not, what's the point? If not, it's like connecting a couple of businesses on a network. To really be useful, you got to get all hospitals, at least in a country, involved, so that then all the patients are, and then they switch doctors, they switch hospitals, all of their records accessible on the blockchain. Boom. See, this facilitates things. And something similar has to happen with almost every industry. So you need someone to step up and take the lead. And the problem I'm seeing is that there's too many blockchains. Too many blockchains focusing on specific issues that are getting people on board that then are going to compete. That's going to be the issue. So long term, I think it's going to take a while for blockchain technology to really integrate in our everyday lives because there's this issue of getting everybody on board to agree. How are you going to get people to agree? Hey, you know what? Let's use this one. All the hospitals and healthcare would have to pretty much agree on one blockchain. For it to really be revolutionary, for it to really be useful. Here's an interesting thing. Okay, total supply of Ontology coins is 1 billion. Is that a billion? It's 1 billion. We only have 250 million in circulating supply. So this may or may not be something that pleases you. Keep in mind, they didn't do an ICO. This could be also part of the reason that they don't have a lot of coins in circulation. What you got to realize is that eventually these coins are going to reach circulation. It's very difficult, especially if you give coins to your team members and all these different people have coins, to prevent those from eventually getting into circulation. And when they do, it's going to tank the price. Unless, obviously, people are buying at a rate that surpasses whatever rate that you're releasing them onto the public. But it's just something to keep in mind. It would be a good investment. However, I would wait for a dip. Don't get overly excited and be like, oh, we're up 44%. Oh, okay, so be careful. Now watch, tomorrow it'll go up another 40%. No, I'm telling you, if something goes up 44% in one day, you're going to have a pullback. And that might be an opportunity to buy back because it is on an upward trend. And in this current market, that's pretty amazing. That is pretty amazing because everything's going down. Everything is on its way down except Ontology. What a strange name, Ontology. I wonder who came up with that one. Maybe it means something different in Chinese. I don't know, but anyway, that's all I have for today. Thank you guys for tuning in. And as always, buy red and sell green.